The SAG strike is over. That's right. Which means Hollywood can finally get back to what they do best, turning your children gay. Well, we've got a great show for you tonight, so let's get right into the big election news with The Daily Show's Doomocracy 2024. The presidential election is less than a year away. Can you even believe it? I know. I'm so excited, I wish I was dead. And last night was a big night for Republican candidates. First, the frontrunner, Donald Trump, took a break from his 6,000 criminal trials to speak at a rally in Florida, where he made up a very touching moment.
Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, they indicted me, can you believe? My father and mother are looking down, son. How did that happen? We're so proud of you, son. How did that happen?
Couple quick corrections. They never said they were proud of him, and they were definitely not looking down. Am I crazy, or is Donald Trump's face melting and congealing all at once? I mean, it was always weird, but now it's so, like, sweaty and golden, you know? Like, you know how in cartoons Bugs Bunny would be hungry and suddenly someone's face would turn into a chicken leg? He's right there, you know? God, I'm starving. But while Trump was dealing with his daddy issues, the rest of the GOP field was down the road at a primary debate, and things got pretty fiery right off the bat between Vivek Ramaswamy and Nikki Haley.
Ramaswamy repeatedly going after Nikki Haley.
Do you want a leader from a different generation who's going to put this country first, or do you want Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels?
Yes, I'd first like to say they're 5-inch heels, and I don't wear them unless you can run in them.
When asked whether they would support a ban on TikTok, the attacks quickly turned personal.
While her own daughter was actually using the app for a long time, so you might want to take care of your family first.
Leave my daughter out of your voice.
Adult daughter. The next generation of Americans are using it, and that's actually the point. You have her supporters propping her up. That's fine. Here's the truth.
You're just
the easy answer.
Wow, that was so many petty insults. Donald Trump may not have been there, but I believe he was looking down at them and saying, I am so proud of you. Sure. To be fair, Vivek Ramaswamy is really annoying. I mean, I have to admit, he does have big dick energy, but it's only because he's a huge dick. I mean, Nikki Haley was America's top diplomat at the United Nations. She literally kept her cool with the worst dictators in the world. And 8 minutes on stage with Vivek, and she's like, you are scum. He is so insufferable. He should just lean into it, you know? He should say, make me president so I can annoy our enemies for America. Like, he'll have one meeting with Vladimir Putin, and 20 minutes later, Putin will mysteriously kill himself. He'll be like, excuse me, I must accidentally fall out window now. Now, it wasn't just bickering last night. There was also a lot of substance. The candidates disagreed on whether to keep giving aid to Ukraine, on whether abortion should be left up to the states, and on whether it's possible to be 45 years old and still not know how to smile. But one thing that almost all the candidates agreed on is being horny for war.
I would be telling Bibi, finish the job once and for all with these butchers, Hamas.
The first thing I said to him when it happened was I said, finish them. Finish them.
I would tell President Biden with great clarity, you have to strike in Iran. If we are going to deter China from invading Taiwan, the only way we're going to do it is to make sure that they don't know whether how many nuclear submarines from the United States of America are ready to strike on them if they decide to move on Taiwan.
I am going to send troops to our southern border. If someone in the drug cartels is sneaking fentanyl across the border when I'm president, that's going to be the last thing they do. We're going to shoot them stone cold dead.
I wear heels. They're not for a fashion statement. They're for ammunition.
Your heels are ammunition? Where do you buy those things? Foot Glocker? Whatever, it's my last day. It doesn't deserve an applause. It was a terrible joke. But it really seems like these people only know how to do one thing. Their solution is always war. Meanwhile, we need shit fixed here. Do we need to convince you that, like, Iran is putting potholes in the streets for you to fix them? Like, oh no, North Korea is aiming a missile at affordable health care. But look, the debate wasn't all about fighting and war. In fact, it ended with a surprising romantic twist.
One more fun thing, and we haven't seen this before. Tim Scott's girlfriend, Mindy, was on the stage at the end of the debate. We got to see her for the first time. The reporters asked, is this the girlfriend? He said yes, and they've been dating for about a year. So that mystery is over, and he took her up on stage, took a couple pictures, and there's Mindy, Tim Scott's girlfriend. There you go.
Aw, that's so sweet. Man, you know, you look for love your whole life and you finally find it with a respectable-looking woman just 2 months before the Iowa caucus. I mean, what are the odds? He really should have just proposed right there, got down on one knee like, Mindy, would you make my campaign manager the happiest man alive? It's just too bad for Tim that he had to get this non-union actor to play his girlfriend. I mean, if he had just waited one more day for the strike to end, he could have gotten a professional actor fake girlfriend. Honestly, why do we make Tim Scott have to do this? Why can't a single guy be president? I mean, are they worried that the Oval Office is going to be full of, like, Fight Club posters and piss bottles? For more analysis of last night's debate, we sent not one, but two correspondents to report on it. So let's go to Desi Lydic and Dulcé Sloan, live in Miami. Okay, Desi, you're in the spin room, and Dulcé, I think we sent you to the debate hall.
No! Why would I go on an all-expenses-paid trip to Miami and then go to the debate? Girl, no, I'm trying to live! I was at a bar eating stone crabs doing body shots off a pit bull.
Oh my God, Dulcé, that's so funny. I was at a bar doing shots off pit bull.
Ooh. Are you guys sure it was pit bull?
No, 20%?
No, but he was bald and Cuban, so dale!
Yeah, but we did just watch the debate 5 minutes ago on double speed, so ask us anything.
Great. So first question to both of you, who won the debate?
Easy, Ramaswamy. To be that annoying on stage without getting punched in the face, that is a win.
Respectfully, I disagree. The real winner last night was Ron DeSantis. For this serial killer to go the whole debate without turning someone into a skin suit, I'm impressed.
He is a lot of things, but I do not think he's a serial killer.
Oh, so that's just him? Okay.
Moving on, thoughts on Tim Scott and his girlfriend?
I don't like it, Sarah. Going official at a presidential debate is too much pressure on a girl. I had a guy run for president once just to impress me, and I was like, how about you win an actual state first? Then you can take me to Red Lobster, Dennis Kucinich.
I don't know who that is. And look, I love seeing this sequel to Get Out, but I don't care if he is a senator. Any 58-year-old man who's never been married is not a catch. He's a liability. It's like one of those couches that's been left on the curb. You know, like, it might look good, but he's got bed bugs and all kinds of stuff in him. You gotta think twice before you sit on him.
Okay. So what's the big takeaway from the night?
Well, honestly, for me, I was impressed by the diversity on that stage. All kinds of people coming together to advocate for total war. You know, you had a black man, a South Asian woman, a South Asian man, a short king, and a piece of shit from New Jersey.
Now, my takeaway, I'm accustomed to a president of a certain age, you know? None of these candidates were old enough for the job. You know, I could see them climbing stairs, riding a bike. They can probably chew solid food. Ugh, that's not my president, no. When I look at a president, I want to think, ooh, are we going to have to call a priest?
Okay, final question. Do you think this debate will move the needle for any of these candidates?
No,
definitely not.
This ain't good. This ain't good at all. No.
No, their greatest hope is to maybe get a new awful nickname from Donald Trump, because that would prove that he knows who they are. Something like, I don't know, Tricky Nikki Haley or Gonna Die Alone Tim Scott.
Why even have the debate then?
Oh, because the actors were still on strike. We needed something new to watch. I mean, it was either this bullshit or The Golden Bachelor. Ugh. Ain't nobody trying to see that weird-ass man talk to them funny-looking women.
Well, great coverage, as always, Desi Lydic and Dulcé Sloan.